Hello, gorgeous. Happy holidays. Welcome, my love. Welcome to the virtual lounge of the Single Women's Society. I am your host and dating coach, Kat Cantrill. And let's talk about the holidays today. I want to give you some little tools to put in your toolbox today to help you get through the holidays as a single woman because it's hard. I'm just calling it out. It can be really, really difficult. So let me help you today. So come on in. Come on in. Grab your drink of choice, hot toddy or a mimosa. I had an apple cider mimosa. Have you ever had that before? Like just a little bit of apple cider with some champagne. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. If you haven't tried it, try it. So grab your drink of choice, come on in and sit down with me. Let me help you today. And so thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of the Single Women's Society. We are growing every day. We're getting more and more downloads. So thank you so much for being here. And before I go into today's topic, I do want to mention that I have some pretty amazing things coming your way in 2022. Yes, I have the game show, Game for Love. Tickets are on sale and I'm still looking for contestants. You can go to theheartagency.com and check it all out there. The show is going to be March 12th, 2022 here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. So even if you're Midwest, I would love it if you would drive and come and see me. I can hook you up with some pretty great hotels. So don't you worry. And there's other stuff. There's big stuff coming your way in 2022. You know how I feel that sometimes in life we have to just, my mom used to have the saying where, people are cooking, like you're cooking until you finally can become that next thing. And we're always cooking, we're always growing. And me as a coach, I'm always continuously pushing and wanting to grow. And so I have big stuff coming your way 2022. Of course, if you want to be part of our email list, you can always go to singlewomensociety.com. And up at the top, it says start here. You can be part of our email list and you'll be the first to know when there's new stuff, which there is. Big stuff. Okay. So check it all out. It's there for you. So I wanted to have just a conversation with you really quick about the holidays. And I feel that, especially as a single woman, I felt because I was single on and off when I went through my divorce. I know you already know this if you've been listening to this podcast for a while, but I was single on and off for 7 years and the relationships they were very short lived, the two that I had. And so going through the holidays by myself as a single woman was difficult. And there were some things that I realized that I put into my own life when it came to creating experiences for myself for the holidays that I think that might help you, because I know you're bombarded with it's the holidays and you're going to always get that family member who's going to ask you, why are you still single? You're going to get that family member who's wondering if you're dating. You're going to be surrounded by couples. It's one of those things where if you listen to the episode with Carla, and I can't remember, it was a couple episodes back, she had mentioned there was a saying, like when we are lacking something, that's all we see over and over and over again. And the holidays, like no matter, they like rub it in our faces, right? Where it's like Hallmark movies and couples walking in the snow and engagements and you name it, social media, family, friends. And so the holidays can be especially hard for single women. And I thought that I would talk to you about 3 things that I've done, that I did to help me sometimes just get through the holidays. Because one of the things I remember when I was single, my children were smaller, And so being Santa by yourself, and some of you single mamas out there, I'm giving you all kinds of grace because these times can be extremely stressful for single women, and then single women who are also having to play Santa with small children. And I wanted to share with you things that I did as a single woman and things that helped me cope sometimes or get through the holidays. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have to like the holidays. You don't. You don't. And Brian and I, Brian and I have this tradition with one another that every day is a day to celebrate one another. We really don't celebrate Valentine's Day. We don't celebrate any of those Hallmark holidays. We don't, because we live in a moment where we celebrate each other every day. And so it's just another holiday to us. And we feel that sometimes people use holidays as an excuse to all of a sudden come out of the blue, all of a sudden to uh, be nice to you, to show you attention. And really, the people that love us the most show us that every day. But holidays blow this all out of proportion to the point where it's advertised and it's pushed and it doesn't make single women feel good. And so I want to make you feel good. I want to help you because the holidays are around the corner. And so let me help you in these 3 ways. Okay. All right, number 1, when it comes to the holidays, I want you to start a new tradition with yourself. A new holiday tradition with yourself involving other people, friends, family, something that you are in charge of. Something that, and it doesn't have to involve a lot of people, just one thing that you love to do that you know that you could bring other people together and create joy. I think as single women, we are so afraid to take that initiative, to have the Friendsgiving, right? To be able to really start our own traditions as a single woman. So let me give you an example. So when I was I was single and with my kids, we were living in the trailer park, and I had a neighbor across the street who was by herself on the holidays. And I believe that I one of the things that I feel that is really important to the holidays, it's not family, it's not friends, but it is truly seeking. I mean, one of the magical things about it, right, is that we seek connection with other people. And my neighbor across the street, I knew that she was going to be spending Christmas Eve by herself. And so I started a new tradition with the neighbor across the street where I would make lasagna on Christmas Eve. Now, this doesn't, it's not like you have to do this and it has to be like bells and whistles and you have to rent a place and you have to like do any of that. But start your own tradition with yourself, with your friends, with whoever you want to start it with, because it starts to rewrite the story of what holidays mean to you. And to me, it was about reaching across the aisle. The holidays to me is about connecting with other people. And it was absolutely the most perfect, beautiful tradition that I could have started at that point in time in my life. So every Christmas Eve, she knew that I would make lasagna and she would come over to the trailer and we would have this beautiful lasagna dinner on Christmas Eve. And she wasn't alone and neither was I. And I was giving and I was doing something not only to fill my bucket and to have me feel like I was putting out something amazing into the world, but it also involved someone who was lonely and somebody else who could also have her bucket filled. So, number one is to start your own tradition. Okay, so number two. Number two is something that I also started for myself. I started giving myself a gift every Christmas. And if I couldn't afford it, I would put it on layaway or I would make a payment plan and then I would get it at Christmas. And I'm like, Merry Christmas to me. But I feel that when you're single, yes, you may treat yourself all the time. Let's just say you may treat yourself all the time. But isn't there some kind of experience or luxurious item that you can give to yourself? And I mentioned something like this in my Insta stories, and one of the ladies wrote me back and said that she treated herself to a diamond cocktail ring. Yes, absolutely. Treat yourself to that diamond cocktail ring. It's these experiences, instead of putting it in everyone else's hands, again, you taking the power back, you taking the control, and you rewriting the story of what the holidays mean to you, not what you're missing out on, but something that the create these experiences during the holidays to give you something to look forward to. Okay. So that's number two. Number three, when it comes to the holidays, is understand that if you don't want to celebrate and if you don't want to participate, give yourself the gift of time and space. We can feel pressured to respond to texts, to respond to DMs, to go to holiday parties that we don't want to go to company holiday parties, family holiday parties. And you may not want to do that. And I'm going to give you permission that you don't have to, because sometimes all of those things can be triggering and you don't want the holidays are yours and you don't owe it to anybody else. This also goes true for those exes, for those people who have ghosted you, previous relationships, uh, previous friends with benefits, whatever the case may be. They may come out for the holidays and be like, send you a text and be like, hey, happy holidays. What's up? Give yourself the gift of time and space. Do not respond to any of these texts. If they have not texted you throughout the year or you haven't heard from them and all of a sudden the holidays, they're possibly like whatever reminiscing, or maybe they're just lonely, right? Then you, my love, you don't owe them anything. You don't owe them anything. So do not respond. So number three is to give yourself the gift of time and space. For me, it was being able to set those boundaries, not responding to those texts, and not participating in things that I didn't want to. Because sometimes when you force yourself to do those things that you don't want to do, again, it's not helping. It's not helping your situation. It's not helping you create your own story when it comes to the holidays. And that's really what I want from you, for you, and from you, is for you to recreate and rewrite the story when it comes to the holiday season. And I won't cover New Year's. I think I'm gonna record another episode and I'll talk about New Year's and I'll talk about what you can do about that, because New Year's is also a thing. And I think that especially when it comes to New Year's Eve, that is something that you could use. Number one, right? You create your own tradition when it comes to New Year's Eve, because that's what I've done. And I'll cover that in another episode because it actually needs a little bit more time and attention. But give yourself grace in this holiday season. And if you haven't cuffed with somebody, meaning you've just cuffed with them for the holidays and then you're going to drop them after Valentine's Day and you're on your own, I encourage you to look at this holiday season differently. to catch yourself when you're starting to speak negatively in a way where, in order to really rewrite the story, it's up to you to change the mindset and change the experience of how you feel about the holidays, because no one else can do that for you. And ultimately, you want the holidays to be something that you look forward to, not because of what everyone else is going to do for you, but ultimately what you are going to be able to do for yourself. And that's how love finds you, right? Love finds you because you're loving on yourself. You're creating experiences for you. You're really paying attention to who you are and what your needs are. That love will find its way. I feel like when we rely so much on other people to create happiness in our own lives, and that also includes the holidays, then it creates such much more misery when you're single. And I just want to help you tweak that just enough so that hopefully it will enhance, and maybe, just maybe, you might start enjoying the holiday season again, because it can be hard. So, phew. All right. That was simple enough. That was simple enough. And I'm curious, what is a way that helps you get through the holidays? What is one way that helps you get through the holidays? I want to know. So come and find me over on Instagram and Facebook at Cat Cantrill and send me a message. Let me know something that helps you get through the holidays. If it isn't one of these top 3, let me know what one of those things may be for you. All right. Well, thank you, my love. Happy holidays. I will most likely record one more episode or 2 more episodes this month, probably. So stay tuned. I will have a New Year's one, and I will make sure and get that over to you before the end of the year. But thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're watching on YouTube, hi, how are you? So wonderful to see you. Okay, please make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and click the bell so you're alerted every time a brand new episode is uploaded. And if you're listening on Spotify and Apple, thank you, my love. If you don't mind, do you mind rating and reviewing and subscribing? Because that would be awesome and incredible. And I love you to pieces for it. And again, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, please make sure to come and follow me at Cantrill, because I'm having a blast over there. There's lots of new things coming your way in 2022. I have a new special for the Peacock Room, so you want to stay tuned to that, and the Panther Room, my one-on-one coaching. A steal, really. So that is also coming your way. So you want to make sure and stay tuned. All right. Happy holidays, my love. And thank you so much for being here. And remember, true love is waiting for you. And I will see you next time.